Hello everybody, this is Dr. Pierre Brunet. We've received a lot of snow in Ottawa, and I've had a lot of patients ask me, what's the best ergonomic, the best posture when shoveling snow. So I thought I'd make this quick and easy video on that and trying to help you guys out. So the first step is to layer up. You are going outside, it is cold. Make sure you have the appropriate winter wear, a good toque, some good gloves, help reduce the stress off your hands a little bit, and some good boots as well with some good thick cushioning. The ground is cold in the winter, so you don't want to have that stress come up the kinetic chain, your ankles, your knees, and your low back, and make sure those boots have a good grip for the simple fact that it is sometimes icy out there. The next step is you are doing some physical activity, some exercise, so make sure you have an appropriate warm-up. The Ontario Chiropractic Association recommends a 10-minute warm-up before a snowstorm or before shoveling. So make sure you include that. A lot of my patients forget to stretch before doing that. The other thing is, like I said, we're doing some physical activity. So make sure you're hydrated, okay? Very important. And make sure you take some breaks as well when you're shoveling. In terms of the shovel, that's a big decision in picking out the right shovel for you. The golden rule is to have the handle at the chest level. Okay, if the shovel is too low, you have a tendency to curve your back a little bit too much, which puts stress on your low back. If the shovel is too long, the weight is too far away from the center of mass, which again puts too much pressure on your low back. In terms of the size of the bucket, a small to medium sized bucket is recommended to offset that load. In terms of the material of the shovel, you want to make sure that it is by far plastic, for the simple fact that it is lighter. The metal and wood combo is too heavy and can increase the risk of accidents. And lastly, if you do find that when you're shoveling the snow sticks too much to your shovel, especially in metal shovels, you can use that Teflon spray or the non-stick spray. So with that being said, let's go outside and I'll show you how it's done safely.
Hello everybody, Dr. Pierre Brunet here. We're all warmed up, all geared up and ready to attack the snowbank here. I've picked the right shovel for me, so something very light. None of this. The biggest thing with snow shoveling is to push rather than throw, okay? When you are pushing, the biggest thing is to keep both feet in line with your shoulders and to keep the core engaged at all times. If you do have to lift, the best position is the scissored stance, okay, with your hand closest to the bucket as possible. Avoid any rotation type of movements, as that puts a lot of stress on the low back. When you are lifting, try to lift through the legs as much as possible and to hinge at the hips, not at the low back. This is a great Canadian exercise, so sometimes you might feel a little bit more tired on one side than the other. Try and alternate sides. I know it might feel a little bit awkward, but it is great to even things out. As I mentioned earlier, take as many breaks as you can and don't shovel more than 30 minutes at once. If you are experiencing low back pain due to shoveling, contact your chiropractor right away. Don't let this linger on. If you have any questions, you can always contact me directly. And on that note, happy shoveling.